What if one of Hollywood's biggest stars almost died on set, and no one noticed until it was almost too late? This is the powerful, untold story of Michael J. Fox. He was a TV legend, a movie star, and one of the most loved faces of his generation. But behind the fame, he was hiding pain, fear, and a life-changing diagnosis that would change everything. Let's go back to the beginning. Michael J. Fox was born on June 9, 1961, in Edmonton, Canada. His dad was in the army, and his mom worked in an office. Because of his dad's job, the family moved a lot. By the time Michael was a teen, they had lived in 5 different cities. He was small, funny, and fast, and for years, he dreamed of being a professional hockey player. But as his friends got taller and stronger, Michael stayed 5'6". Hockey just wasn't in the cards. So, he looked for something else, and found acting. At just 15 years old, he got his first role on a Canadian TV show called Leo and Me. He was a natural. Great timing. Super funny. People started to notice. At 18, he made a bold move. He left Canada and moved to Hollywood with just $500, no job, and no backup plan. Life was tough. He went into debt, ate cheap food, and even sold his furniture to pay rent. But everything changed in 1982 when he landed the role of Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties. The show was a huge hit, and suddenly, Michael was earning $5,000 per episode. He paid off his debts and became a star. Then came the role that changed everything: Marty McFly in Back to the Future. But there was a big problem. He was still filming Family Ties full-time. So he did both. His day started at 10 a.m. and ended at 2:30 a.m. He barely slept. He was so exhausted, he sometimes mixed up props from the 2 sets. One time, the crew even had to carry him to bed. And then, something terrifying happened. While filming Back to the Future Part 3, there was a scene where Marty is hanged. Michael stood on a hidden box for safety. But during one take, the box slipped. The rope around his neck tightened, cutting off the blood flow to his brain. He passed out. No one noticed at first. If the director hadn't seen it in time, Michael could have died right there on set. But that wasn't the only danger he faced. In 1991, while filming another movie, Michael noticed his finger twitching. Doctors gave him shocking news. He had Parkinson's disease. He was just 29 years old. He kept it secret for years. He took medicine to hide the symptoms. He leaned on walls, held props tightly, and tried everything to look normal on camera. But behind the scenes, he was fighting every single day. In 1998, he finally told the world about his diagnosis. And instead of giving up, he stood up, not just for himself, but for millions of others. He started the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which has now raised hundreds of millions of dollars to find better treatments, and maybe even a cure, for Parkinson's. He stepped back from acting, but he never stopped moving forward. Now, in 2025, at 64 years old, Michael J. Fox is still fighting, still inspiring, and still making a difference.